Psalm 139 verse 14 says, I will praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are marvelous, and my soul knows it very well. My bones were not hidden from you when I was made in secret and skillfully formed in the lowest parts of the earth. Your eyes saw my unformed substance, and in your book or scroll all the days of my life were written and engraved before ever they took shape, when as yet there were none of them. Now did you know that every single strand of human DNA is marked with the name of God? How, you ask? Because there are sulfide bonds holding together the two strands that make up the DNA, and these bonds occur after the 10th pair of nucleotides, again after the 5th pair, and then 6 pairs later, and again 5 pairs later. The 10th letter of the Hebrew alphabet is Yod, the 5th letter is He, the 6th letter is Vav. Yod, He, Vav, He spells Yahweh. I will say it again. God's name is on every human chromosome. You are made in His image and sealed with the name of your Creator. Every cell in your body is hallmarked, and it is this very divine hallmark that the enemy desires to obliterate. By cells, one can sneak fragments of foreign enemy DNA through the carefully guarded nuclear walls and unload their contents into the scroll of DNA that God wrote for you. That's like pasting some pages of a counterfeit author's book into the middle of the instruction blueprint God wrote. What is actually happening is that the name of God written into the sulfide bond arrangement in the DNA scroll is being erased. The beautiful scroll engraved by God to create a man in His image is being sabotaged, and from that moment of splicing onward, instead of instructions being released from the palace for life and health and security of the body, the inserted DNA loads up the messenger RNA trolley with instructions for the protein factory in the cell outside the palace to start manufacturing enemy spike proteins. The protein factory just does what is told. Whatever orders arrive from headquarters are immediately carried out. To put it simply, once the potion is injected into the body, every single citadel guarding the scrolls signed with the name of their Creator within you is hijacked and forced to issue instructions to manufacture weapons of death, which will not only kill you at some point, but also the people around you. It is a cleverly engineered coup on a worldwide scale to throw off the rulership of God over His creation. So who is behind this dastardly plot? What does Psalm 2 say? In verse 2, the kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against His anointed, saying, Let us break their bands asunder, and cast away their cords from us. The word for band means bond, halter or restraint. Is it not the carefully placed sulfide bonds that depict Yahweh's name, which are disrupted and broken asunder? Contents. The word cord in Hebrew also means entwined, rope, or thick boughs. Is the DNA not entwined like a rope? Perhaps you can now see the plan of the kings of the earth, the elite, who are banding together and arraying themselves against the Lord. The plan is to hijack His creation, destroy His image, remove His signature, and transform the human body into a genetically modified, part human, part computer, which can be controlled externally. Sounds like science fiction, but tragically it is the truth. Satan hates all who are made in God's image. Every earthen vessel that is intended to become a dwelling place of His Spirit, receiving daily communication from the throne room of heaven. For centuries He has been content to defile the bodies and souls of man by luring them into sin of every kind. But always His greatest ambition has been to sit in the place intended only for God in the human body. 2 Thessalonians 2 verse 4 says, His intention is to sit as God in the temple of God, setting Himself forth as if He is God. Many are waiting for the third temple to be built so that the Antichrist can go and sit in it. But the body of Christ is the third temple, a temple not built with hands. And the diabolical deception currently underway is the first step in the rollout of the plan to install the abomination that causes desolation right within the holy place of the third temple. In the holy place, the place where the unique engraved scroll of your Creator is stored in a walled citadel, the enemy has already lifted up his battle cry. How apt is the cry of the psalmist in Psalm 74. Verse 3 says, "Direct your feet quickly to the perpetual ruins and desolations. The foe has devastated and desecrated everything in the sanctuary. In the midst of your holy place, your enemies have roared with their battle cry. They have set up their own emblems for signs of victory. They seemed like men who lifted up axes upon a thicket of trees to make themselves a record. And then all the carved wood of the holy place they broke down with hatchets and hammers. They have set your sanctuary on fire. They have profaned the dwelling place of your name by casting it to the ground. O God, how long is your adversary to scoff and reproach? Is the enemy to blaspheme and revile your name forever? Why do you hold back your hand, even your right hand? Draw it out of your bosom and consume them, and make an end of them. They have profaned the dwelling place of your name." There is no better description of what is happening worldwide in the human body than these words. And in every nation, believers are being coerced into taking the support. Is this not causing the great falling away described in 2 Thessalonians 2 verse 3? The totality of the scheme is to leave the third temple desolate, destroyed, overtaken, and subjugated to an ancient enemy who always coveted God's throne and the worship of God's bride. Apostasia, the Greek for falling away, means defection from truth and comes from the Strong's G647, which means to separate, the writing of divorcement. How significant that a fragment of DNA writing is what separates or breaks asunder the record of God's name in the human DNA.